Happy New Year! I hope that everyone had a lovely New Year's Eve and are well rested enough to watch this video. Welcome to 2019. I had to think about that. In full disclosure, I am saying that at the end of December because I'm doing a little bit of pre-filming. We took an unscheduled trip to Chicago to visit family, and so I wanted to make sure everything was filmed and ready to go in case our flight got delayed. So as I'm filming this, we haven't quite left yet, but experience has shown me that flying in and out of Chicago in December is always a bit of a nail biter. So let's jump into the best of series, and we are going to start our 2018 best of series with best of beauty. I've done this a few years in a row. I'll do 3 videos. This one is best of beauty. The next one will be best of, let's just say, fashion. It'll include clothing, accessories, and so forth. And then the final video will be best of lifestyle, which will include my favorite books from 2018 and then just completely random stuff that doesn't fit into the first 2 videos. So I hope you are subscribed so you don't miss any of that fun. Let's get started. How I do this is I go through my monthly favorites videos and I cull from all 12 of those the top products out of there for each category. Remember, everything is listed in the description box in the order in which I mention it. Makes it a lot easier for everyone to find what they're looking for. So let's start with the order in which I put things on my face. We'll start with foundation. Let's start with what I'm wearing today. I think somebody made a drinking game out of every time I mentioned this product, and it is what I'm wearing today. It is the La Mer Soft Fluid Long Wear Foundation. La Mer Soft Fluid Foundation is an absolute standout for 2018. On the opposite end of the price spectrum, and I love it just as much, is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. And I should say, for shade reference, I wear the La Mer in Ivory 02, and my winter shade in the Flower Beauty Illusion Foundation is L1, I believe. Porcelain? Yes. And then in the summer, I bump up to L2. And then in the middle of that spectrum are 2 Charlotte Tilbury products. One is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. I wear this in shade 2 Fair, and I love it by itself, but I love it even more when it's paired with another favorite that can also be worn by itself, which is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I wear this, hello Rowdy, your favorite too. I wear this in the shade Fair 1. And I have accumulated quite a few Charlotte Tilbury products in the last few months, and I'm wondering if you all want an in-depth review, my favorites, my not so favorites. There's a few more things I want to buy, so give me an excuse to go buy a few more things. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that video. Moving on to concealers. I'm sorry, he's like, right, can you, okay. Moving on to concealers. Really? Moving on to concealers. 3 from the same brand. They're fairly recent favorites, but they're still continuing on, and I'm using them all the time, so they are definitely worth mentioning. All from Lune and Aster, which is the in-house brand of Bluemercury. Their Hydra Bright Concealer, I have 2 shades. I use the lightest shade under my eyes, and then the next one on my any blemishes or imperfections. And then they also have the Real Glow Under Eye Brightener, which if you think the MAC Prep and Prime in highlighting pen and Radiant Rose is too thick, you might want to give this a try. I use them interchangeably. And then again, another more budget-friendly price point, and again, I'm actually wearing all of these concealers on my face, is the Flower Beauty Illusion Full Coverage Concealer, and I wear it in whatever the lightest shade is. I can't read the print. This, not under my eyes, it's too dark for under eyes for me, but really nice, a little heavier coverage, I would say, than the Lune and Aster one. So that's actually what I have on over here. Now, another favorite, and one that I think if you're of a certain age, you really need to have in your arsenal. It's from Laura Mercier. It's their secret blurring powder, which is different than their secret brightening powder. And this helps when I set I always set my under eye concealer. I set it with this. I pat it on with a brush, but I also have been known to put it in the lines around my mouth as well. And it's very travel friendly. Now onto blush. There was one standout that made its way through actually the entire year of 2018. It was originally mentioned in January, and I've pretty much worn it every month constantly. It is the Milani Color Harmony Blush, specifically the shade Berry Rays. There are I think there's a coral one, a pink one, and there might be one other one in this line, and I love a blush that has a little bit glow to it. Well, there's some highlight going on too, but I love that you can kind of adjust how deep or light you want the blush. It lasts all day on me. I think it's beautiful. And if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend all these products, but this is, I love this blush. I'm babbling about it. Let's move on to eyes now. Let's talk about what I have on my eyes, and then I'll mention a few other favorites. As I was going through all my old videos, I realized I've mentioned these palettes multiple times in favorites, and the obsession started with Bold Obsessions. This is the Milani Bold Obsessions palette, which looks like this. And oftentimes you see this neutral row, not here, the other side, right here on this side. I will just work my way up and down that row, but all of these are beautiful shades. At the same time, I also picked up Most Loved Mattes, also a favorite. If you're looking for a nice matte collection, these run a little more warm, but they're beautiful. And then a most recent favorite, and mostly what I'm wearing today, is the Soft and Sultry palette. And I am actually wearing this today. I'm wearing a mix of them. So it'd be hard to say exactly what, but that's mostly what's going on, except in the middle of my eye, I did add another favorite, and in the middle of my lid, it's this favorite. It's the Stila Shimmer and Glow, specifically in the shade Kitten. Now the shimmer line is different than the glitter line. This doesn't have glitter, it just has a sheen to it. And I love this combination. In fact, today I was stopped several times and asked what I'm wearing on my eyes. A couple other eye favorites. Huda Beauty has their Obsessions palettes. My favorite, the one I reach for the most, is the Smoky Obsessions. And it's just, I particularly like, well, I wear all of them, but just a tip when you're wearing the shiny ones, pat them on with your finger. You use a brush with the matte shades, but you can definitely get more payoff when you pat it on with a finger. And I wore this actually to one of my Christmas parties I was invited to. And then another matte option that I feel gives you more of a range and is a little more user-friendly than the Milani one is the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. There are less color options than the Milani one, but it has more of a cool tone, a neutral tone, and a warm tone. So I feel like these are a little more workable. They give you a little more options. And then the last eye product I wanted to mention, it's the same product. I have two of them. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. It's their cream shadows, and I have them in Jean, which is like a champagne, and then also Marie Antoinette, which is a little more bronzy, but still very much on the light side. That's showing up true to color there. Beautiful, the most easily worked with cream shadows I've ever used in my life. Definitely recommend using those with like a flat concealer brush to pat it on, and then you can blend out with your finger or with some sort of synthetic brush like a Real Techniques eyeshadow brush. But to get it on your lids just perfectly, I would say a flat concealer brush. Finishing off the eyes, I have to recommend this mascara. I have other favorites, but this is the standout for 2018. It's from Thrive Cosmetics, not cosmetics, like it's for a cause. And I forget the exact long name of this mascara, but what I love about it, especially right now during allergy season, it's a tubing mascara, so it doesn't come off when your eyes start to run from allergies or crying or what have you. You have to take it off with warm water. So it holds up really well. It gives a really nice lash. It's pretty buildable. And this is another brand that I really want to explore more in 2019. I haven't heard of a single bad product. It's actually, here it is. It's called the Liquid Lash Extensions. That wasn't so bad either. So yeah, if you have any recommendations for a Thrive Cosmetics video, any specific products you want me to go check out, leave that in the comments below too. And then we need to move on to lips. A few standouts, 3. One is what is on my lips right now, and these are the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Lip Shines. And my 2 favorite are Pink Sorbet and Radiant Rose. I'm like, what is a lot of brands use Radiant Rose. I think that might be the most used name of a shade. I've seen it in nail polish, I've seen it in lip glosses, and I've seen it in eye brightening. Anyway, love the whole line, but these are the 2 standouts, and I'm wearing Radiant Rose, like I said, right now. And for a gloss, they're non-sticky, high shine, and quite a bit of pigmentation if you get, even the light one has quite a bit of pigmentation. Then I am no stranger to being a fan of the Clinique lip pops, but this shade is new to me, and it's Blush Pop. I picked this up fairly recently, I want to say November time, but it shot to the top of the charts in my faves very quickly. I'll just swatch it on my hand for you. It was available in the UK, and they just brought it here. It's like a blush shade. I mean, it's a nice, warm, Your Lips But Better kind of pink, and it's just so wearable. It's the kind of lipstick you just pull out of your purse, you slap on, you don't have to look. And in that same category, because I just keep buying the same shade of lipstick over and over, this is the Hourglass Lip Stylo in the shade Creator, and we are down to just a little bit. This one, in comparison to the Blush Pop, is a little brighter pink, I'd say. Really like not just the shade and the consistency of the lip product, but I love this delivery system. I just think it's really fun. Now let's talk about nails. Let's talk about what's on my hands. Apparently this was a favorite from maybe February. It's Zoya Brighten, and it is here in the bottle. And it's just a beautiful, wearable, soft gold. It has micro glitter. I see blue, green, silver. It's a conservative way of blinging out your nails, if that makes any sense. And I really, really love this color. But then another standout is from Butter London, and it's Deary Me. And I just keep reaching for this over and over. It's so beautiful. In fact, I'm thinking for Valentine's Day, I want this on my nails because it's just a pretty, really rosy pink that actually, if I could find a lipstick that matches this perfectly, I'd be the happiest person ever. And then one more standout, I think this might be my all-time favorite for 2018, was the Essie Matter of Fiction. It is that perfect milky white pink. It's opaque, it doesn't go streaky, it holds up really well. It's reminiscent of Essie Fiji, if you remember that one, but this is even prettier. Let's move on to skincare. There were two standouts, neither of which is budget friendly, but they're so good, they're worth the splurge. I'll start with the one that'll make you gasp the most. It's from Sisley. It is their Black Rose Cream Mask. It's described as the instant youth, smoothing, plumping, and brightening. I save this for I use this once a month, tops, because this was not inexpensive. I say if you're gonna grab one product to try from Sisley, this is the one to grab. I ignore the directions. I wash my face at night. I take all the makeup off. I do my SK2 facial treatment, and then I slather this everywhere, and I just go to sleep with it. And then in the morning, I wake up, I don't want to say plumped, but it is plumped and refreshed and glowing and moisturized. It's just amazing. So I do save this for the night before a special occasion, or if my skin's just looking really haggard, this is what I reach for. And then the other one I recently used, and I'll show you what I do with that. It's the SK2 Facial Treatment Mask. And as you can see, it's been opened, and I put it back in a baggie. So I love the SK2 Facial Treatment. It's the same consistency as water, so you just pat it on after you wash your face. But they have a concentrated version that they put in, it's like goo, into a sheet mask. Now, individually, these sheet masks are $17. So the nice thing about a $17 sheet mask is there is so much, I hate to say it, but goo, serum left on that mask and in the pouch that you can just, when you're done using it, stuff it back in here and pull it out for a second time. Let's move on to the totally random section. They fit in no category. My favorite self-tan, if I self-tan, this is what I've been reaching for, although I have a couple I want to try for 2019. I keep saying I'm not going to tan anymore, but I live in Texas. At least my legs need to be tan. So my favorite, the standout, I have I think enough for one more use, is the Mind Tan Coconut Super Dark Coconut Water 1 Hour Express Tan. It didn't get streaky on me. I didn't turn orange. I loved it. So definitely worth it. There's other shades in this range, but I like the coconut one. As far as hair care goes, this was a big game changer for 2018. It's the Living Proof Perfect Hair Day 5-in-1 Styling Treatment. This is my second bottle. It is rare for me to go through a whole hair product and then repurchase because I've tried so many and I'm always wanting to try the next one. So no matter what I'm going to be doing with my hair, after I wash and dry it and I towel dry it, this is what I pop in. I can follow up with other products to style as well, but this has just upped my game with my hair and it makes drying go really fast, and I don't know why. It's not described in here as doing that, but that's what it does. And then my last random is a favorite scent. This is actually my second bottle. It's the Laura Mercier Essence Gourmand Amber Vanille. Ambre Vanille? I don't know. It's Amber Vanilla for those of us that can't speak French. And this is the deluxe travel size. It's just the most lovely, sweet amber with vanilla scent, pretty self-describing, and they make it in a bath scent and a lotion and body souffle, but I just love, love, love this scent. Another totally random thing. I think it's beauty. It's this guy. This is the Beauty Blender Solid Pro Brush Cleanser. It's really specifically made for the Beauty Blender, but this cleans everything and it cleans it so fast. And if you haven't yet tried it, please give it a shot. And speaking of brushes, 2 standouts for 2018 are the IT Cosmetics French Blush Brush. I don't know why it's French, but I don't use it for blush. You see this nice chiseled angle here and yet fluffy? This is my bronzer brush. And then for an eye brush, a recent favorite, but I needed to mention it because it's just perfect. It's the Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush. And if you have especially smaller eye space, it's just perfect. And then one more thing, I think this is it. I love the T3 base, and then I have 3 wand heads that go in here of different sizes, but my favorite is the 1¼ inch curling iron that I purchased for this. So you just pop it out and you can buy different size curling irons, different size wands, which makes this great for travel. What I love about it specifically is the clamp itself is longer than on my other curling irons. So when I'm doing my whole head like that, I can get the whole curl in. So those are the standout beauty products for 2018. Of course, like I said, I had tons of favorites, but these are like the top of the top favorites. I would love to know what your standouts were for last year. And also, like I said, I have some homework. What products you want to see from Thrive Cosmetics, what products you want to see from Charlotte Tilbury, and or do you want to see a review of what I think of all those products? Let me know. And I also want to know what your standouts were in beauty for 2018. So stick around. Next one is Best of Fashion. Rowdy, do you want to say goodbye? Okay, he's climbing on my shoulder. He thinks he's a parrot. All right, Rowdy says goodbye, and I will see you in the next video.